Does the Bible continue to inspire billions of people around the world? Not because of the answers it...
It's Star Trek! I love this. It's like, if you needed anything to make you feel like this was getting more fictional, you needed something to let you know that, like, man, this is funny, right? Yeah, that was it. Give me Captain Kirk. Now it's legitimately a fun fictional piece of science fiction. Hey everyone, my name is Matthew Cortman, and I am a biblical scholar, and this is another edition of Bible Scholar Reacts. So the clip we're looking at today is from History Channel's YouTube page. The video clip is titled The UnXplained : that's the name of the TV show, Secret Life of Jesus Revealed in Controversial Texts, Season 2.
No question about it, I am ready to get hurt again.
How bad will this be? I don't know, but predict it in the comments section. Make sure that if you like this content, you give it a thumbs up because that helps the algorithm.
Gnosticism comes from a direct oral tradition that is passed down from the early Christians and evolves separately from the institutionalized church.
What? What do you mean oral tradition? No. This is so questionable. Who is this person? First of all, I've never heard of her. Kathleen McGowan. I've never heard her name mentioned before in Gnostic studies.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
I want to know, where is she teaching at? Who is she? What do I need to know about her? All right, I have pulled up a quick Google search. There's an about page here. Kathleen McGowan is an American author. Okay. Interesting, it doesn't mention historian, like History Channel did. Her novel, okay. I'm not gonna strike her down because she's a novelist. I can see somebody, kind of chirping, going, haha, she does like writing fiction. I like writing fiction too, so being a novelist does not discredit you, but I do want to know, where does she teach?
A few moments later.
She claims to be... Holy mother of... She claims to be a descendant of Jesus Christ and Mary Magdalene's marriage.
5 minutes later.
I gotta congratulate History Channel. It makes sense, right? If you're gonna talk about the secret teachings of Jesus, who better to be the right historian to interview about it than someone who claims to be the actual descendant of Jesus and Mary's secret marriage? I see what you did there, History Channel. Smart.
I hate so much about the things that you choose to be.
I have better stop. I just gotta collect myself. Wait, I'm sorry, I gotta look. Does she have any other credentials to her? Any other credentials? Is there anything here? She's done television appearances for Ancient Aliens.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Stop it. Get some help. These lost books of the New Testament include a number of so-called Gospels, including the Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Philip, the Gospel of the Egyptians, and many others. The Gospel of Mary.
But the Gospel of Mary, it specifically says that Jesus loved Mary more than the other disciples. In fact, they actually put that in the mouths of one of the disciples. So don't you know that he loved her more than us?
Although the actual author of this gospel is unknown, and several pages of the original text have never been found, the text seems to reveal astonishing details about Mary Magdalene's relationship with Jesus. There are even those who are convinced that Mary was not only one of Jesus' most devoted followers, but also perhaps his lover, or even his wife.
Certainly.
I knew it. I was like, when are they bringing back McGowan? I feel like she's being prioritized here as like the highlight without anyone being told that she's a descendant. Like, I feel like that's disingenuous. They should be like upfront. Hey, she claims she's a descendant. Like, just let people in on the secret. She's not just a historian. I mean, calling her Okay, let's keep going.
In the Gnostic text, that there are many, many references to Jesus' relationship to Mary Magdalene. She is referred to as his beloved. She is referred to in a sexual manner in the Gnostic Gospels.
No. No, she's not. So I can already tell you there's only 2 places where you're going to get a reference to Mary Magdalene here. Okay, only 2 places, and that is in the Gospel of Philip, and you're going to get it in the Gospel of Mary. Now, they just gave the Gospel of Mary part. Now, in the Gospel of Philip, it mentions that there were 3 who were companions of the Lord, and that Mary Magdalene was the most important, and she was the companion of the Lord. She was always with him. And it goes ahead and states that he used to kiss her often on the mouth. The thing is, the text itself actually has a lasuna, a little hole right where mouth is put in, but scholars can figure out that the words that would match in Coptic to fit in there would be mouth. Now, the thing is, people react to this and sensationalize it, and they think, oh, well, it's actually a sexual reference, but it's really not. Most scholars would recognize that this is a common motif for how one passes teaching, that the teacher's breath has life and teaching in it. So to say that the teacher is kissing his disciple on the mouth is simply to say that this teacher is transmitting the true teachings and secrets. So what this means is not Jesus used to make out with Mary Magdalene, but what the Gospel of Philip is trying to argue in its motif and language is that Jesus would give Mary Magdalene all of the true teachings, the truest secrets. So it's a way of heightening Mary Magdalene's authority in the church. It has nothing to do with sexuality or Jesus's marriage or lack thereof. So this is what she's alluding to. I wonder if they'll even mention it or go into it, or if they're just going to like let it hang there for people who don't know better to believe. Probably the latter, but now you know.
So not only was Jesus married, but Jesus was married to Mary Magdalene.
Woo, that was a leap. That was a great leap. Not that these things could mean that. Not even, let me explain to you what I just told you. No, now it just jumped to, and so Jesus is married, and it's a reality. Good historian.
Because Jesus was a rabbi, it would have been required for Jesus to be married. If Jesus were not married, this would have been something that would have been remarked upon and talked about.
Okay, that is not the case. People make this argument and they stretch it out way too much. Let me just be clear with you. There were Jewish groups who did not marry, okay, who would abstain from marriage, or would, like, we know that the Essenes abstained from marriage, even if the ones that weren't at Qumran specifically, but the ones in Jerusalem, they were known for this as well. There were ascetic-like habits and behaviors that people could follow. For example, we might note that John the Baptist is never said to have a wife. Right? We never hear about John the Baptist not having a wife, and yet it never comments on it, right? So this idea that, no, if Jesus didn't have a wife, they would have made a mention of it. No, that's not true. Like, it would have been unusual, but it's not so unusual that people would have been like, oh no, we've got to comment on it. So this is just silly in terms of the extent, but obviously you expect it silly because of what she's claiming about herself, but let's go on.
So there is a lot of Gnostic material that tells us Jesus was married to Mary Magdalene. 2,000.
What? What do you...
Are you stupid or something?
I'm as stupid as stupid does.
Quote, there's a lot of Gnostic material that tells us that Jesus was married to Mary Magdalene. No, there is not. There is not. I literally just told you guys. It's 2 things. Gospel of Philip, Gospel of Mary, neither of which says married, and only one speaks of the idea of kissing, and that is so vague and seems to be very strongly a motif of discipleship because we know it was used in the ancient past that way. So, oy. But before we continue any further, I just want to give a shout out and a thank you to our sponsor for this video, which is Adventist Today. So Adventist Today, I'm so happy that they believe in creators like me and want this kind of material to get out there. And I'm certainly happy that they are encouraging and promoting other voices in Adventism who otherwise would not have that kind of platform or attention. So please go ahead and check them out if you're happy that they are helping to promote material like this video.
1,000 years of church tradition is overturned by the Gnostic Gospels.
And the descendant of Mary Magdalene.
Because Mary Magdalene emerges as a successor of Jesus.
Mary Magdalene is the successor of how? She didn't even make that claim. Where's that based on? Oh yeah, probably her memories from the ancient, I don't know. This is stupid.
Does the Bible continue to inspire billions of people around the world? Not because of the answers it provides.
It's Star Trek. I love this. It's like, if you needed anything to make you feel like this was getting more fictional, yeah, that was it. Give me Captain Kirk.
Questions about life and humankind's unique place in the universe. Questions that may forever remain unexplained.
So no, just to recap, Mary Magdalene, there's no evidence that she was married to Jesus. If you heard about the gospel of Jesus' wife that Karen King at Harvard Divinity School had found, and there was a big hoopla about it years ago, that was proven to be a forgery. Okay, so that's out the window. That's not there. So the only two texts we have are the Gospel of Mary and the Gospel of Philip. And again, neither one talks about Jesus being married. So we have absolutely zero reference to the idea that any Christian believed that he was married at any point. And again, I'm not making a claim here even in regards to was Jesus married or not. I'm just letting you know no early Christians, as far as we're aware, ever actually mentioned this as a debate, as an issue. Zero. If you enjoyed watching this and you found it entertaining and you want to see the next Bible React video, make sure you gave a thumbs up on this video to help with the algorithm.